chalna bhoot. Oh god, not another traffic jam. I'm really sick of the traffic condition in Delhi, yaar.
Bro, why don't you shift to an automatic car?
Commuting in crowded metropolitan cities is getting more and more stressful each day, but thankfully there is two-pedal technology, that is automatic transmissions, which make our life a lot more easier. Now, driving a car with a manual transmission can be really stressful in bumper-to-bumper traffic. However, Datsun is just about to launch their new Redigo with an AMT transmission, that is an automatic transmission, and I am going to be reviewing it through some of the crowded streets in Delhi, and I'm going to be telling you exactly all there is to know about the new Datsun Redigo AMT and how it fares in crowded chock-a-block traffic. Do stay tuned. So I'm driving around in the new Redigo AMT, and this is a 5-speed automatic transmission which has been mated to this 1-liter engine of the Redigo. I'm just going to tell you about the automatic transmission and how it fares, because practically almost every other aspect of the Redigo is the same, barring of course this new infotainment system which now also comes with Bluetooth connectivity. You already have an aux input and you also have a USB input. So if you're looking for a vehicle to commute in the city where traffic is one of the major hassles for you, then the Redigo AMT is definitely a smart option, and that's what I've come to find as our drive was curated all around city and we drove through rush hour traffic. In fact, there's the creep function in this Redigo AMT, and it's basically a rush hour function. So even though the brake has been released and your foot is not on the accelerator, the vehicle will creep forward very slowly, and basically that adds to the convenience for anyone who's stuck in bumper to bumper traffic. Now if I'm ambling around in the city at speeds of say 50 kmph, gear shifts aren't very prominent and it's a rather smooth drive. I'm actually enjoying driving this if I am stuck in traffic and I don't need to bother about clutching or shifting gears. It's a little more convenient and a little more functional than a manual, especially for city driving conditions. Unlike the Renault Kwid AMT, the Datsun Redigo AMT has a manual shifting option. Now if you have driven a car with an automatic transmission that has a manual shifter, then you may need some time to get used to the one that is there in the Redigo AMT. Specifically because in the manual mode, in case you want to upshift, you push the lever up, and if you want to downshift, you push the lever down. However, in the Redigo AMT, this is the opposite, and if you want to upshift, you need to push the lever down. If you want to downshift, you need to push the lever up. It's not really worrisome and it's not detrimental, but it's just something that you need to get used to. But that being said, the provision of a manual shifter is definitely handy to have. Now the response in manual mode is slightly better than the response in auto. NVH levels are not really that great, and a lot of harshness from the engine does pour into the cabin. In manual mode, the transmission upshifts or downshifts pretty seamlessly and responds to your inputs quite accurately, but there's a certain lag in automatic transmission. So I'm right now at 40 kmph in 4th gear, and in case I want to get going in a hurry and I press down, there's a slight lag and it does take a little while for the transmission to downshift, say about 2 seconds. But barring that, I think the automatic transmission does a very good job of what it's meant to do, and that is to ferry you around through city traffic and make your life a little more easier than what it would be if you were driving a car with a manual transmission. The steering as well is on the lighter side, and it's actually quite zippy, quite nimble to maneuver around the city. It's really a breeze and delightful to drive. The brakes as well, as you can see, we came to a halt quite fast, and the brakes are progressive and they are very responsive. The suspension setup is slightly on the stiffer side, but it gobbles up most of the undulations pretty well. However, smaller bumps, sharper bumps, you will definitely feel it inside this cabin. The overall drivability of the Datsun Redigo AMT is actually pretty good, and I have been driving this around the city of Delhi through bumper to bumper traffic and actually did not break a sweat even once. The driver's point of view is fantastic. It's got a tall boy design, so people who are taller as well can fit in pretty easily. It has the best in class ground clearance as well. So these are a few pointers which are really good in the Datsun Redigo AMT. The AMT is something you can get used to. It's not the smoothest cat around town, but definitely gets the job done well. It goes up against the likes of the Renault Kwid AMT and of course the Alto K10 AGS, both of which are formidable contenders in this segment. If you did like this video, please remember to like, share and subscribe to the Motown India channel for more. Please do follow us on Instagram and Twitter in case you want the latest updates about what we are up to and what's happening in the automotive world. Do stay tuned for more action.
Bro, I won't be traveling with you again. Sorry.
Why is that?
It's better to walk. Okay. Bye, yeah, sorry. Hope so it would be a good trip. But I'm walking, okay? Bye. See you.
See you.
Bye-bye.